Hi guys, this is Cheryl at cardsbycg.blogspot.com, and I'm actually joining you here with my very first video. I just had to create a video for this 3D turkey because I knew seeing it flat pictures like I tend to do on my blog wouldn't do him justice, and he's just so cute. He measures about 6 inches tall, probably 8.5 inches wide. I'm sorry, I didn't measure that. And makes for a really cute 3D decoration. I was inspired to make this 3D turkey from this card I made last week or the week before. And I made these little 3D pumpkins that take 3 circles each. Some of them you can see are shaped. I just cut them to make symmetrical pumpkins. The flat spots on the bottom make them easy to stand on their own. And Jess at Kinder Stampo actually made a project like this. I think she did an ornament on a Christmas card. And I really love that you could fold it flat and mail it. And it wouldn't require any extra postage because they don't take up any more space than a Pop Dot does. So anyway, first I created this 3D card, which I loved. I love making scene cards, and this one was just too cute with the 3D elements. So next I created these little pumpkin lollipop holders. And as much as I loved them, I didn't want to make a bunch for my class, my kids' class. So I ended up making these really cool spiders, which I'm sure you can find on my blog. If you need to, feel free to leave me a comment and I can send you a link to that directly. But these are just the same principle where you have a bunch of layers of circles folded in half and then glued together on the side that they share. This one just has a circle welded in the center of an oval, and again the flat spot so it can stand on its own. These were little Dum Dum lollipops. You probably could make them bigger if you wanted, like the Tootsie Roll Pops or whatever to fit. Anyway, so I created those. And I was going to do a guest spot on a blog. It's actually My Sherry Crafts. She asked me to be a guest designer. And she wanted a Thanksgiving or turkey or a thank you project. And I had this in my head. I was trying to explain it to my husband. And my husband's one of those guys that don't have a creative brain. So if you give him an idea, he's like, yeah, I get it. But he really has to see it to actually appreciate what you're talking about. So I was like, well, I'm explaining anyway. Why don't I create it? So I created these circles. They're 3¼ inches wide by about 5 inches long. I made that in my Gypsy. I think that was from Plantin School Book. And I just created 8 of those so I can create a big fat open circle. Ovals to create the 3D structure of my turkey. And then after that, I created his head, which is a oval welded to a circle. The oval is about 3/4 inch tall by 3 inches wide. The circle is 2.5 inches. I just welded it to the top, and I actually cut 2 of those so I could sandwich my little beak in between the heads. And then the beak is just a triangle. I can't remember which cartridge I got that from, sorry, but I know there's lots of them that have triangles. It measures about 1.5 inches long by about 3/4 of an inch tall. The little wattle or gobbler or whatever you call that on the turkey is actually from the turkey on Create a Critter. I just took that and I copied it and I welded it so I could actually fold it over the top of my beak so it would be parallel on both sides. You really don't have to do that. But the gobbler itself measures about 1.25 inches. From Create a Critter also, I took the little leaf that's actually on the same button or same page on the handbook for the Create a Critter cartridge. I took the leaf. It's 1.5 inches. I just cut the little stem off and the little extra parts of the leaf so I can get 3 toes for my turkey. I cut it down folded it down the center and then folded those again so I could actually glue them on there, and they actually will fold flat and open back up again so that it will stand on its own. The wings were the same idea. Sorry, I don't have a tripod. The wings, I took a scallop square that was 4 inches. And I did the same thing where I cut it in half diagonally, but then I folded it in half and then folded it in half again. So I get this big triangle, but it's 3D, so it folds flat, and when it opens up, you can see the dimension on the wing. The scallop circles are 5 inches. These ones are actually from Winter Woodland, but you can get those anywhere too. Again, they're 5 inches. I cut 2 in red, 2 in orange, 2 in yellow. And I folded them half, and actually here you can see the offset that I glued them together with the 2 scallops separation so that they actually flare out kind of, like a turkey's tail feather would. I added a little black pearl eyeballs, and that's about it. Oh, I did cut the oval on the bottom. I cut the oval flat so he could stand on his own. But again, I love how it folds flat for storage or mailing. And, you know, with a 3D project, a video really does help. And I'm sorry if it's kind of shaky. This is my first video, but I had a blast making it, so I just had to share. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know by leaving a comment here on YouTube or on my blog at cardsbycg.blogspot.com. You can also find my contact tab if you have a direct question about this turkey or about any other projects I make. Feel free to let me know. All right, thanks for visiting today, and thanks for bearing with me on my very first video. I'll see you soon.